You're watching E.T.N. Entertainment-related news, entertainment-related discussion. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do our review for Monday Night Raw. And last night was the shakeup, which was pretty good. It was a pretty good Raw. I wasn't disappointed at all. But let's go through what happened last night. So first thing, we have Jinder Mahal, which I know a lot of people hate Jinder Mahal. I personally like him just because of the fact that he brings himself so much heat. And he comes out, he starts, making his demands to Kurt Angle, telling him he expects to be driven to the arena in a limo and all that kind of stuff. And Kurt Angle shuts that down, puts him in a title match with Jeff Hardy. And I was not too surprised that Jeff Hardy won. I heard rumors that he's supposed to be getting a pretty big push this year, but it was a good way to open up the show to get the crowd really into it. Jeff Hardy is a huge fan favorite. People love him. So I thought that was a great way to kick things off. And then later on in the night, we had Bayley and Sasha Banks once again. This feud, look, I love Bayley. Right now, this feud with Sasha Banks, it should be a good feud, but it's not. These two are great rivals back from their NXT days, which I did go back and watch many of their matches. And for some reason, it's not working out. Then we have the Riot Squad come into the fray and basically beat the pulp out of both of them, which suggests that maybe they're going to team up again. So this is going to be this whole on-again, off-again feud with Bayley and Sasha. The Riot Squad just kind of feels like Absolution. This is the same thing that would happen if Absolution was there. The only difference is it's the Riot Squad. So, we'll see what happens with that, I guess. Then after that, we had the Authors of Pain come in and face Heath Slater and Rhino again. Surprisingly, this time it went a little bit differently. While it wasn't a long match, it still was a match that probably shouldn't have gone the way it did. Like the first 3 minutes of the match, Authors of Pain are getting themselves handled by Rhino and Heath Slater. This is a team that was very dominant in the NXT. And, I get it. You want to come up and you don't want these new guys to come in and start just beating everybody's ass. But at the same time, I don't think Heath Slater and Rhino should be handling Authors of Pain, even if it is for 3 minutes. It should have been another quick squash by Authors of Pain. Nonetheless, they did win. They did pick up the momentum, and eventually it did look like a squash toward the later half of the match. Authors of Pain wins. All right. But I really think they should be going up against much better tag teams, to be honest, in my opinion. So then the next part was the Miz TV, the Miz show. And his guests were Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And much to the chagrin of Kurt Angle, who came out later to confront him about not having any work or not supposing to be there, it turned out that Stephanie McMahon sent an email to Kurt Angle that somehow Sami Zayn got, informing him that because of his recent emotional state, she didn't think he was making a wise decision by not bringing over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So it sounded like The Miz was going to start this faction with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He was talking about how it was going to be better than the NWO, only to find out that Kurt Angle told him he's being sent over to SmackDown, much to the joy of many people, including Dan O'Brien, who wants him over there, I guess, to get this feud going. So then, shortly after that, he tells all 5 of them that they're going to be in a 10-man tag match against Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and a secret WWE superstar making his debut on Raw. So, and we'll obviously, you guys know who it is by now, but if you don't, I'll reveal it when I get to that match. And so that was pretty good. Then we had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, who are, I guess, now being called the Deleters of Worlds. And they faced off against the Revival. Pretty good match. Not a big pop for the deletion in this arena. The last couple of weeks, the whole delete chant and the pops the crowd's been giving Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy have been rather large. This time was a little bit quiet. Connecticut, I think it was in, right? And The Deleters ended up winning this match, setting them up for a showdown with The Bar at the Greatest Royal Rumble for the Tag Team Championship. Kind of hoping they win. I kind of like this little tag team they got going on. I have a feeling Jeff Hardy's going to end up going to SmackDown. I don't see Seth Rollins going there with the Intercontinental title because they already have the merchandise, Monday Night Rollins and all that stuff. So it makes sense for Jeff Hardy to kind of shift over there. And I suspect come the Great Royal Rumble that Hardy and Wyatt will win those title belts. So interesting. Very, very interesting. Then we had a one-on-one with Mickie James and Ember Moon. It was an okay match. Couple of blunders here and there, but I thought it was a good second match for Ember on a one-on-one to work with somebody like, Mickie James is a veteran. She knows what she's doing in the ring. She's pretty solid in there. And, of course, we had Nia Jax on commentary, and Alexa Bliss was supposed to be there. She was not. Talking smash about Nia Jax being a bully. That's, the cat calling the kettle black. So, but it was an okay match. I think Ember Moon did okay. Her finishing move is incredible. I mean, that in and of itself is a sight to see. And she'll get better. She keeps working with some of these veterans. They'll put her over really well. Then we had the weird thing here. Now, I gotta be honest, this next segment had Dolph Ziggler coming out, who is just kind of stuck in suspended animation in WWE for the longest time. Titus Worldwide came out to offer him a job in Titus Worldwide to join their faction, whatever. He turned it down, said he already found somebody else to join, and then Drew McIntyre comes out, and him and Dolph start pummeling Apollo and Tyson. Titus. Titus O'Neil. I kept saying Tyson. It's Titus. Here's the funny thing. I don't know too much about Drew McIntyre's been out for injury for a long time, so I have not seen him in action, and I saw very little of him in NXT. So, but to me, considering the pop he got and how popular he appears to be, why they put him with Dolph Ziggler is beyond me. I don't know, because Dolph Ziggler right now is just not, maybe he'll do well on Raw, but I don't see how this works out. Drew McIntyre obviously is the bigger draw. He's the more popular of the two. I don't see how this benefits him. If anything, it benefits Dolph Ziggler more. We'll see how that works out. And then we move to a Roman Reigns segment where he comes out and, he's talking his trash again. And it's basically more or less a repeat of last week. Samoa Joe came out and started ripping him a new one. And then finally Roman called him out and said, well, come to the ring or whatever. I think he told him something along the lines of, there's one thing that hasn't been done, or something about Samoa Joe being a lazy, lazy guy and come to the ring, and whatever the case may be. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. And Samoa Joe faked it twice, and then he finally left. That was that segment, and that was okay. Samoa Joe's dope on the mic, though, man. He's really good on the mic, and I'm looking forward to that match. Whether or not it's a title match remains to be seen, but at Backlash, that should be a solid match. Then we had Natalya versus Mandy Rose, and Natalya obviously making her debut as well, moving over from SmackDown. And it turns out that her and Ronda Rousey are going to be apparently buddy-buddy, so that should be interesting. Now, Natalya was a heel on SmackDown, so I guess she's going to be a face now again. And she won her match. Then she got beat up on by Absolution, minus Paige, of course, now. And then Ronda came out, saved her, and did this crazy slam on Sonya Deville that just planted her. And that was pretty good. So I want to see Ronda in a match, though. They got to put her in a match. And maybe we'll see another tag team. Maybe it'll be her. Next Monday, it'll be her and Natalya versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So we'll see how that works out. And then finally, we had probably the biggest shock of the night. So Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze were criticizing the attire of the Bar. Turned out they got upset, turned into a match, and Breezango won, much to the delight of many people. It was a good upset that I think is going to be a little bit of a push for these two. A lot of people have been wanting to see Tyler Breeze going solo. A lot of people like him. But either way, these two are just a riot when they're on the camera. So it'll be fun if they get a good push. And then finally, the 10-man tag match was really good. Everybody got their opportunity to do their thing. Lashley did his epic suplex. Seth Rollins did his thing. Bobby Roode got to do his DDT. Bobby Roode was a surprise, by the way, the surprise debut. And I think it might be good for him. Let's see how he does on Raw. I think SmackDown he did okay. I don't think he's as popular as I think a lot of people expected him to be. I like him personally, but right now there's just something currently that wasn't working with him. We'll see if it works out later. The match overall was very entertaining, and the ending of very sad Miz gets dropped by the Miztourage. Understandably, he's moving, but it really looked like some animosity there. And whether or not that plays a factor in the far future, we'll see. But now I think The Miz is going to be great on SmackDown. He's one of my favorites, and I think he's going to do well there. Overall, I thought the Raw SmackDown was good. It'll be interesting to see how things go tonight. Raw was good. It'll be interesting to see tonight if SmackDown delivers anything better. I'm sure there'll be quite some surprises to be on SmackDown as far as people coming over, possibly more people coming up. Looks like a lot of the NXT people are going to Raw, though. But anyway, guys, that's it for this review. What did you think of last night's Raw? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Or you can click here to become an E.T.N patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.